everyone, my name is Tamara Chambers, and it is sunny. This is Tamara Just Saw, and last night I saw the fourth Insidious. What is it? Insidious Chapter 4? Insidious, we're doing this again. Insidious, the last key. I watched all three of the first Insidious movies the day before and kind of got caught up. I hadn't seen any of them. I always told people that I had seen the first, but that was made up. I thought that I had not. So I watched all of them and I was honestly pretty impressed. They have high budgets. The storyline is good, not stellar, but like good. I think they made a fatal flaw in the first one by killing off the main character. Spoilers, I guess, if you're watching this. I assume you've seen the first or don't care. And I guess I'll say spoilers for The Last Key as well, though nothing really happens that's crazy shocking. There's one twist, I'll say, and I won't bring that up in the review, so kind of spoilers. I, if you don't know, love horror films, and I really, really love high-budget, well-made horror films. Weird, she doesn't like low-budget shit horror films. Actually, I do like those as well. So. I'm a big fan of the Conjuring series and the Annabelle series, and I just really enjoy when a horror film gets backing and gets a good budget and is well made, and this is what these are. I want to say, I wish that the stories were a little more fleshed out, and I wish that there's a couple things that happen that's like, oh, okay, well, we've seen this a million bazillion times, but for the most part, they're just fun, well-made, scary films, and I would recommend them if you haven't seen them. If you like horror. I made a video for my personal channel talking about the first three, so right now I'm just gonna talk about this latest installment, The Last Key. First and foremost, the previews for this movie all looked amazing. I want to see every single preview, which doesn't mean anything about the film that you're about to see, but in my mind, it's always a good omen. I'm just gonna go through them real quick. Truth or Dare looks stupid and fun. Pacific Rim 2, I've not seen one, so I guess I should do that. The New Mutants looks amazing. Proud Mary, yes. The Winchester House movie, yes. Game Night, amazing. Have you seen the previews for that? Looks so good. Midnight Sun, really stupid looking romantic chick flick, and I can't wait to see it. Okay, getting into the actual film, why you clicked on this video. Lynn Shay plays Elise Rayner, and she started off in the first film, and through some events we're here, and the timelines are all screwed up because they killed off her character in the very first movie, which is a big mistake because she's like the standout star of the film, and she's clearly the star in this one. And so this takes place right before the first film takes place, timeline-wise. It also takes place in her childhood and kind of gives you a little bit of backstory there, and it's really nice to see that. I will say, though, I do think they made a mistake in killing her off. People might say it was like a stylistic choice or like a fun thing so they could do all this timeline stuff. I feel like it was a mistake, and then they were like, I will just do weird timeline things, but they've really made the timeline jumps work. Like, the second film was in between, like it all matches up very nicely, and they have tied it in really well. If it was a choice, what an odd one, but it works. Elise is such an interesting character in that I would never have cast her as this role, and I would have never said that a 4-movie arc horror story could be led by this woman who really gives me a vibe of like this cool aunt who smokes weed all the time. She's just super chill, like kind of earthy. That's the vibe that I get from the character of Elise. They really do a good job of showing you that she's just a human that has these abilities. Like, people who have these abilities don't need to be like witchy and like trendy with crystals, even though I would watch that movie as well. Elise is just, she's a cool aunt. She literally is a cool aunt, as you see in this film. She does have a few things that she does over and over. Always in the film, somebody's like, can you do this? And she's like, I can't do it because of these personal, deep-rooted issues. And then 2 seconds later, she's like, I have to do it. And then she does it. So that happens in almost, maybe not the first, but definitely 2, 3, and in The Last Key. And it's like, we all know you're gonna do it, Elise. You have a heart of gold, girl. You're gonna do it. And then she doesn't. Elise has paired up with these two guys, Specs and the creepy one, Tucker. I don't love them as her sidekicks. One of them is a sound guy. One of them writes down things. I feel like they were a mistake. They came along in the first film and they were supposed to be this comedic duo to kind of lighten the mood. And in this, I do think they achieved some comedy, though some of it was awkward. In the other films, I don't think that the comedy was achieved well at all. And they're just not, they're like knockoff brand comedy duo. And it just doesn't really work. For me, I don't love them, but I do love their shirts and I want one. Gonna put that out into the universe. So the film takes place over two different timelines. It starts off and it shows you a little bit of Elise's backstory and kind of developing her powers and a demon that has plagued her whole life. It also shows Elise as an adult, and it takes place when she's an adult right before the first movie takes place. There's also a couple plots happening in this film. The first is helping this guy get the demon out of her childhood home. He's now living there, so she goes and she does that, and then that's resolved kind of, and then another whole thing takes place, and there's kind of a lot happening. It feels kind of like this could have been two really cool Netflix specials. Now I compare everything to Netflix. That's where we are in film now. There's a point in the movie where one of Elise's nieces such a good sentence. There's a point in the movie where one of Elise's nieces reveals that she can see things too. And that's exactly the line that comes out. She's like, I can see things too. And someone behind me goes, what? Like really dramatically and breathed in. And it was a really nice moment. Can't imagine seeing the film without that. While the story made sense, the main key bad guy, demons are bad guys if you didn't know. While the main bad guy made sense because it went into her past and now she's revisiting it. It also has a sense of kind of just being backed into a corner. It feels like the fourth of a horror franchise, honestly. And it's well done. It is well done. And there were some genuine scares. I sat up front because the whole back of the theater was full and no one was in the front 3-row section. And I was just sitting there like in glee because there were some really, really, really good scares and they really kept the suspense up. It did in moments, though, feel like they backed themselves into a corner, again, by killing her off in the first one. I'd really like to see more of this really cool, chill aunt who smokes weed. I don't imagine they're going to take this any further after this one. It doesn't feel resolved. So it's just a bit like, why did you make that choice? And it's a shame that that is impacting this film. One of the biggest problems with this is that you know she's going to die in the first film, which takes place right after this, timeline-wise. And so you know she's not gonna die. So you're watching it, and even though things are happening to her, there's no suspense for her safety. You know she's gonna make it through. Honestly, it was a really good horror film. It had moments of scariness. At the end, I was really touched with the storyline. The acting is honestly really good for a horror film. For a fourth installment of a horror film, really nice, really well done. The one problem I have with it is that they killed off Elise in the first film, and it's still bothering me now in the fourth. I don't imagine they're planning on doing another one, and that's another problem I have, is that it just doesn't feel wrapped up. Because I really have come to really enjoy this character. Let me know what your favorite of the 4 are. I really enjoyed 1 and 3 and 4. 2 was okay. Also check out my personal channel. I posted a video talking about the first 3, and I would love to hear your thoughts there as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next week. Bye. It's my porg.